Knowing how to defend your position in F1 2021 is just as important as knowing how to overtake. In order to do that, you need to understand what each side of the battle is trying to do. The attacking driver's goal is pretty simple: get past the other car as quickly and safely as possible. The defender's goal, however, is a little more complex. Not only are you trying to keep the attacker behind, but you're also looking forward and trying to either pull away or maintain your lap time. The key to a good defense is to understand a good offense, predict what they're trying to do, and place your car in a position that stops them from achieving their goal. An attacking driver will often go for the inside pass first, so let's close that off right now. When you're on track, you can easily divide each corner into two lanes, the inside line and the outside line. The inside line is the shortest line around the track, also requiring you to turn more tightly and navigate more slowly. The outside line is longer, but also not as tight, and you can take it at a higher speed. It's much easier to pass a car on the inside than it is on the outside, so focus on defending that most of the time. As you approach the corner, guide your car towards the middle of the road. If your opponent is behind you or on the outside, you should be in the right spot. Brake a few meters before your normal braking point and guide your car towards the apex in a single motion. You don't want your rival to sneak up on the inside, but you also can't weave about in the braking zone. Being predictable here is the safest way to go. By commanding the inside line, you force your opponent to take the outside line, which will often be the slowest way through a turn, especially around the tighter ones. Once you pass the apex, look towards the outside, and if there's space, guide your car back out there for the best exit speed. This is the fundamental tactic of defense. However, there's more to learn than you think. Hit the like button if I've helped you out so far, and let's dive in for more advanced tricks. Choosing the optimal line before a corner will decide most battles. However, your braking is also critical in your success. The most important thing to remember here is that if you're on the inside, you need to brake earlier than if you took the normal entry from the outside. This is because of the tighter turning angle and the lower speed you need to reach. For example, if you normally brake around the 50 meter board for a turn, you may have to brake closer to the 100 meter board while defending the inside line. If you don't, you'll overshoot the corner, and your opponent could steal the inside line and take the place. Strong braking performance can help you defend from the outside as well. As we've just learned, you need to brake earlier on the inside, and in the heat of battle, your opponent might not remember this. Keep in mind the absolute latest you need to brake for a corner from both the inside and outside lines, and hit those marks every time. Your opponent can't brake later if they're on the inside, and if they try, they'll be the one overshooting the corner, letting you retake the inside line through the apex and get your place back. Depending on how badly they overshoot the turn, you may actually increase your lead by getting your braking right, as a bad exit will hurt them on the next straight. Another key factor in your defense comes in understanding the track layouts and knowing the places where your opponent is likely to make their move. Through tight and twisty sections, like Sector 2 of Hungary, there's only really one valid line, and splitting it into two would slow down both cars massively. Therefore, if you're heading into these areas, which are normally full of switchback turns with no heavy braking zones, you can stick to your normal line. Your opponent won't make a move unless they have an enormous pace advantage, as there's no room to get by. That lets you focus on the road ahead for a while, and try to pull out a gap before the next big braking zone. Keep in mind, however, that no matter where you are on the track, knowing your opponent's position is just as important as knowing yours. Watch those proximity markers and try to have a good view either side of you. For help with this, check out my camera settings guide, and I wish you the best of luck in your next race.